Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Foliage. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. So today we are going to be talking about a variety of Tradescantia. I'll put the name on the screen. Now this is one of the pot. Let me show you this pot first. Now this was a DIY pot that I had made out of a small water bottle. I'll put the picture on the screen on your right hand side. So this pot looked like this earlier. Now I could not give much care to it because if you remember I was out for almost 2.5 months, but still you can see it has been doing quite well. It has a good amount of growth. The reason is because it was kept in indirect bright light. Always remember, this plant, all the varieties of Tradescantia mostly do not prefer direct sunlight. They prefer indirect bright light, especially this one, because you can see the undertones of the leaves are dark purple in color, which means that these plants can handle slightly low light. So whenever the plants that have these dark tones under the leaves, never keep them in direct sunlight. Another important thing, just because I said it is indirect bright light, that does not mean that you're going to keep it in a very low light condition, because if you're going to keep it in a low light condition, then this is what's going to happen. You see, the plant will start to stretch when it does not get a good amount of light. It will also have very dark green leaves and the plant will start to stretch. You can see there is a lot of gap in between each of the leaf, which indicates that the plant is getting stretched, because this part was not getting any light, this part was getting light. So you can see these leaves are much more compact. They have a little bit more of the coloration. They are a little bit lighter green in color compared to this one, because this was not getting any, this one was not getting any light, a proper amount of light, whereas these were getting light. So this is an indication that your plant is not getting enough light. So move it to indirect bright light or medium indirect bright light. The plant will do extremely well. It's a very easy plant to grow. It can be grown as a trailing planter. You can even grow it in a hanging pot. You can grow it in a plastic container, terracotta pot. It can grow in anything. It's not very fussy about the soil mix. You can use any type of soil. I use the regular soil what I make. I'll put the link in the description below. You can make any kind of soil. You can even grow it indoor, provided there is a good amount of indirect bright light. Like you can grow it outside the window wherein there is not much of direct sunlight. You can grow it there as well in a hanging planter. It tends to do quite well. It is a variety of Tradescantia. Now the propagation is very simple. I will propagate this one because you can see it has stretched a lot. So any part of the stem you can just cut it off. Just cut off the upper portion and then just put them into the soil, and within a couple of days it will start to root. So in this way you can propagate this variety. Even if you want, you can even propagate this one. Just cut it off over here with just one leaf and then just put it into the soil like this, and then it will start to grow. Within a couple of days this entire pot will be very bushy. Even if it's not stretched and you want to cut it off, you can always chop it off like this. Again, go ahead and put it into the soil, and within a couple of days this entire pot is going to be completely filled with Tradescantia. It's very simple to propagate, looks extremely beautiful, very unusual than our regular Tradescantias. You know, our Tradescantia zebrina, it has a very different burgundy color. This has more of the green tone. There are a couple of more varieties of Tradescantia. As and when I'm going to collect it, I will definitely show you guys as well. So it's a very easy to grow plant. Even if you do not add any fertilizers, it's absolutely fine. The plant will still do quite well. You can see 2.5 months there was not proper watering, but still the plant did quite well because I had left during the winters. The climate was very cool, so it did not require a lot of watering. At that point of time they tend to go slightly dormant and they reduce their growth, but now during summers it is their growing period and they tend to grow a little faster. That's why I've done a cutting, and very soon it will also get propagated. So it's a very easy to grow plant. If you want, you can add it in your collection. Pests are not much of an issue, but you can always do a routine check once a week or once in 2 weeks. If you see any insects, you can do a organic solution spray, anything what you have been doing. But usually they do not get affected with mealybugs because they have very very hairy kind of leaves. They have a very hairy texture. If you take a very closer look, I'm not very sure if it's going to be visible, but they have a very velvet kind of leaves, due to which it becomes a little difficult for mealybugs to attach on them. So guys, I hope that this video on Tradescantia was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep propagating.